the accommodations really?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So I did print this because I love this is
Love
not
getting
the-
like information.
Yes.
And like what are our starting points? What should we look at?
So
'Cause that's
this
what I was-
was a, because I'm weird. So I know. All right. So
Just fine, weird.
have our little agenda. Purpose was for us to analyze student performance and determine if it's the appropriate, least restrictive environment for our modified and resource students, because our numbers. So I highlighted some and you circled some. Perfect. Okay. So
I
let
like
me look
starred
at
people who I don't think, I circled some people who I do think should stay.
Okay.
So yeah, my method.
I did too.
I should
Okay.
probably highlight the ones that, do we have a highlight that I'm like,
Yeah.
shoot, go.
No, you're good.
Because I was doing it so fast because I'm like, I already knew what was in my head. You know that thought where you're like,
Yeah.
I know what's in my head and I've been thinking about for weeks since I looked at the list. So like, okay, you want me to highlight people who need to go?
Ones that we're considering
Or
being more
the-
successful in the classroom and
Without.
not without resource.
That's the
And then
appropriate way to say it.
so resource can be your orange, and then your mod can be your green if you want to.
Okay, so people who would be
Successful in the classroom, not receiving resource.
not receiving resource.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can do the orange one, the ones that we can take off mod and be successful with
Okay,
accommodations.
so the kids we know who are doing resource and don't necessarily need resource.
Correct.
Okay, so we have I know we have kids who are doing the reading fluency.
Okay. Yes. So
So
let's
I've
get
got
those in.
2 who don't need it. So that is Jack Nix, which he's got an art coming up.
Yes, and that's
Where's
the one.
Nix?
Yes.
Oh, Nix isn't on here because he's
No,
not modified.
But no, see, and that's my thing, because he's
So-
yes.
So
I
Nix needs to go.
Yes.
He's reading on grade level. His fluency is good. He's starting to ask me what like words mean. He just needs, and they're big words.
Okay.
So and then
that's
Emmy,
the one I
who's
wanted to
probably
do.
not Emmy, Marilee Schaff. She's not even modified. She needs to go. She's reading on grade level, 115 words per minute. Now Dallas.
Yep, those are the two that I had that need to be
now
off.
Dallas is more comprehension. Like, yes, we're doing 3.5, and his fluency's still off. But his comprehension, like I feel like we could bring him up. Maybe he needs reading comp as opposed to reading fluency,
Okay.
and try that out for a little bit.
Okay.
And then potentially maybe move him
So
out
not-
because
yes.
I don't feel like. I feel like we need to do what's more beneficial, and I don't feel like the fluency is the most beneficial.
Which I feel like looking at his bundle test
Mm-hmm.
and looking at his in-class stuff, it is just that comprehension
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it and not really the fluency part.
Right.
So then what if we, because I know I'm trying to think, his ARD, I don't think we have it until February, which is fine. So we can, you're already pulling him
just
the
Thursdays.
one correct, and then I have him on the list today, so I can look at some more passages today with him today and kind of see where he is, and then that'll kind of give us an idea if we want to continue that.
Yeah, because I feel like have you heard of ADHD fluency disruptions?
Yes.
I feel like his fluency is an ADHD
Oh,
disruption where it's
yes.
kind of like you're stuck on a word because it's not so much that you couldn't read it per se, but you're like,
And I want to
Space.
say,
Ooh, come
honestly,
back.
his ADHD has like intensified. I don't know.
well, I
In
know
the
at the
classroom,
last
it's
ARD,
big
they've
time
taken
right
him
now.
off medicine.
Yeah,
Dad
that's what
doesn't
my
want him
thing-
to do medicine.
Yep.
So he's not on medicine.
And I think it shows right now, and I feel like a lot of the disruptions that he's doing, the off-task behaviors, it's like every day, Dallas, let's do this. Dallas, get back to that. And he's nice and respectful, and
yeah,
gets back, and
absolutely.
redirection's great. But it's too much to where it's taking away the comprehension aspect of it, to where he's reading something, he's off, and he can't go back to it, and he just forgot. So he's not one that's going to reread it because he stopped and doesn't know what's happening. He's just going to continue it and answer and then move on. And
so,
we can't do that.
Yeah, and that question's like, is the modified curriculum really beneficial to him per se? Because we need to check into his comprehension, look at him there and be like, is the comprehension driven by that, or is it ADHD driven? If it's ADHD
I think it's ADHD driven.
then he needs ADHD supports.
I think it's ADHD driven, and I think with accommodations, and I think the him really using, because he does not use the headphones. He hates the headphones with me. I think having the making sure he uses the chunking, making sure he uses that content language supports, highlight, use those tools. The modifying isn't one that he needs that for tool. I think it's all the other accommodations in the classroom.
The verbalized steps, the repeat.
So I think we look at adding and tweaking the accommodations for him and removing the modify for him.
Because it's like, it's not, and I don't think I got to pull his stuff. Just
no.
But when thinking about the process and from knowing him last year so much and what we're doing in the reading fluency, it feels kind of comprehension, but I think it's derivative of ADHD.
Yes, I think so.
And so I think looking at him like in fawn period, not an official reading comprehension, but looking at him because there were times when I pulled him in fawn period last year that when he was on it and his comprehension was better. And so I'm sitting here going like, I feel like it's ADHD driven, and I feel like we need to more support.
And that's something that we can kind of address with that. And again, they don't want medicine. I totally for that. But then we need to get and see about those accommodations and see the support can stay the same that we're doing in classroom, but maybe we utilize more of the fawn periods to work on those, assisting him on those other areas of it because. I mean, he does not use his accommodation, and I feel it shows him not using the accommodations.
And then it would be good if I could change my Thursdays, because I only need to pull 4 days a week.
Correct.
To either if there's a 4-day week and I need to do my reading by design, or if it's a 5-day week, and then we can look at what's the most beneficial thing I can do.
And then really maybe if it's just like us two, because I know I have another one in my 6th grade block that we're trying to do it for, is really sitting with him, and if it's another kiddo, let's read this passage together. Can you read it out loud to me? Now, basic comprehension, what did we just read about? Tell me one key factor, one key detail about it. Now look at the question, answer this question to me. I think a lot of the times he's guessing and not referring back, which is fine, but then there's no real understanding in it, and it's showing on the data. But again, we talked about modified isn't going to help that.
No, a lot of that is teaching them these steps, these strategies.
And I think that's what we need to do.
Yourself? How do you do this?
And I think that's what we need to start doing for him for sure. But there's a couple other ones I think so. Okay, so Dallas, that's what we're doing for him. So removing the mod and making changes to the accommodations
and the fluency.
And
he doesn't need the fluency. Okay, so
fluent.
Okay, well you're writing it.
Yeah, no fluent, and then more of the reading comp aspect of it.
Now Cannon, I did print stuff out. I only have him in social studies this year. I had him in that. I know
social has a lot of reading and different things aspect in that too.
Andrew says he has flat out been wanting no modifications. You know, he is highly motivated. He is an athlete. Of course, now his grades right now, I mean, he's on borderline on a couple of them, but he's extremely motivated. He's got a 96 in social studies. He's passing science, 75. Now he's on the cusp right now in math and language arts. But in the past, he's made 80s.
Correct. And I feel 70s. Like math is hard because maths are grading differently right now, and they're not putting everything in. But
and then if we look at his composite scores, first of all, verbal comprehension, big one, 98. Full skill IQ is in 91. The 80s. You know, the only thing he's a little low on is the fluid reasoning. It's still 79. That's at the top of that iffy-ish area, which...
But again, that's going to be with us looking at...
But that's still accommodatable.
Yes.
Like, on the scale that we were looking at, 79 is still accommodatable. It might be a little higher accommodatable. It's at the top.
Yes. Is that
co-teach.
Yeah.
But we're not necessarily looking at accommodations.
Correct.
Or modifications.
Yeah, not on that one because we can still do all that within the classroom.
Potential, but that's like the first area where you're considering it.
Correct. So because we're looking at this and he's about 10 points above what the
because it does say you can, but again, is it someone who needs it? Because it says a borderline range.
Yeah,
and he's at the top of it.
Correct. I think we can do definitely.
And he's got higher numbers everywhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Like when he's got higher numbers stacked with that, I think he's wanting and he's willing and he's pushing himself.
Well, that's the thing on this one, that's what you said. It's the willing, because again, you can look at the grades across the board that he is showing that he's able to do that. with
he's
what
able
he's
to do
given.
it,
Correct.
what he's given. So when you've got the will on top
And
of
I feel like the
everything else,
modified is going to hinder what he's actually able to produce in
yeah.
that excess. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
then you've got someone who's willing and wanting.
Okay, so we're going to